There is just no greater resource for us to think about in terms of food security and food sovereignty than acknowledging the role that seeds play in that. My name is Kristyn Leach, and I am a farmer in Winters, California. I grow mostly Korean and East Asian herbs and vegetables for Namu restaurant. So Namu, like every other restaurant in the area, has shut down to be mostly delivery and takeout only. A lot of stuff right now is just being directed to just more community mutual aid networks. So we're just trying to push even harder, honestly, to plant in every little patch that we have. Seed saving is just such a sacred, important part to being a farmer. This pandemic has brought some of these issues to light. People who maybe haven't even really grown a lot of food on their own are now interested in going all the way back to acknowledging the role that seed plays in that. Every seed contains this kind of vast, amazing story that's continuing on. And so to just be able to feel a sense of a place within that story is fairly incredible. So this is our cholado mustard. You're going to plant one mustard seed, and that will produce one mustard plant. Each of these pods has over 50 seeds in it. Each mustard plant is going to produce tens of thousands of seeds. Start very specifically. Think about one thing that you just really can eat every day through the whole summer. Something that if you didn't have someone supplying it, you'd be really sad, because that's ultimately the main principle of seed saving. A seed is this very amazing self-contained package with all of the sort of knowledge that that parent plant wants to pass on to its offspring, and all of its nutrition needs. So when you're first starting a seed, you don't actually need to provide much more than just some sort of appropriate soil medium and water. And you have to know a little bit about that plant in order to figure out the layout of where it's going to grow. Does it like sun or partial shade? How much water does it need? You have to first decide what you're saving seeds for and figure out some of the basic biology of how that plant operates. Is this plant mostly self-pollinizing, or does it have a tendency to outcross? You need to know like its life cycle, if it's an annual or biennial, what factors influence its flowering and seed maturation. So the first step is understanding some of the botany of what you're trying to save seeds for. And the second step is honestly a lot of planning. You have to really love being a note keeper if you want to be a seed saver, because you want to be able to look back through the seasons and see not only basic data like your germination rates for different crops. You want to know how many days it took to germinate and what that germination was like, and how many days after that for the first true leaf to appear. So everything, as soon as it comes in, every single day, like no seed gets planted in here without that page in a notebook written out for it. At the end of the season, you want to save seed from your healthiest plants, because at this phase, that little seed, to get that start and to break through this soil crust, all of that food is coming from within the seed. So even though there is a lot to learn, and if you're interested in seed saving, just try to embrace the logic of a seed and the logic of a plant as much as possible, and think collectively and think about the legacy we want to leave for those who come after us. Think about your community, think about the food system that you're living within, and think about how you can be a responsible participant.